All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back again. Another Friday night. It's Corey Dorman here, out of Northern Michigan still. This evening, we're going to change it up a little bit from the last couple weeks. So, the last couple weeks have been more on happiness and finding happiness, kind of some tips and tricks on things to do to uh, change your mindset about things, about outlooks. But I've got a nice little list here, short list. I know you can't really read it, I'm sure. My phone quality is not the greatest. It's probably backwards with the facing camera here. But real short list about stuff tonight, more based on success tips. But first off, before we get going on much, I'd like to show you guys a book that I just got. Yes, it is backwards. I can see that now. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you've never read any of Mr. Kiyosaki's books, they are great success books. So I would strongly recommend it. He's got a whole list of books that he's wrote. So if you find any of them, snatch them up, read over them. They're great books. This book was just given to me for Christmas from a great friend of mine, Ashley Pratt. I want to thank you on here. Not sure if you're subscribed yet. If you're not, I'm going to send you a text and tell you to subscribe so you can get your notice here. But just want to say thank you again. It's been a great read. Just got it last night. I've only read about the first 20 pages, but picked up some great stuff, and I want to share some of that with you tonight. And then also, I want to talk about some New Year's resolutions that might be a good influence on your life and hopefully help you with some success. Success tips are going to fall into New Year's resolution stuff. So stick with me. We're going to make it pretty quick, hopefully about 5 minutes or so, and we'll be on our way for the evening. But I want to start out as well with wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas. And next week will be a new year, so let's get things started. So in this book, I've got a couple things I just want to read to you guys and share with you. Something I thought was pretty important in the success aspect. So one of the passages here, if that's what you want to call it, the perspective comes from Mr. Kiyosaki's father and from his dad, or his friend's father. So his dad made good money, worked really hard for it, and his friend's dad actually owned several businesses, and that's how he made his money. And so rich dad would be his friend's dad who owned the businesses and had people working for him. His dad is classified as the poor dad because he spent so much time working hard for his money. So here's something I found interesting. So as he says in here, my poor dad would say, I'm not interested in money, or money doesn't matter. My rich dad always said, money is power. And I really like that because I'm sure many people have heard the term cash is king, right? Well, if you're not interested in money, making a lot of money doesn't interest you. It doesn't it influence how you live your life. That's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. But nowadays, you need money to buy everything. Really, just about everything. The things you get for free are quite literally from other people that are treating you well because they're good people, right? Makes sense. So we're always looking to make more money so we can get more things, be better off in life and whatnot. Here's something else. Money is one form of power, but what is more powerful is financial education. Money comes and goes, but if you have the education about how money works, you gain power over it and can begin building wealth. I like that one. It really kind of seemed to make a lot of sense to me. And here's one other thing. So this is a little bit longer. Again, probably backwards. You can see I highlighted it right in the book, though. So this is about decisiveness. The world is moving faster and faster. Stock market trades are made in milliseconds. Deals come and go on the internet in a matter of minutes. More and more people are competing for good deals. So the faster you can make a decision, the more likely you'll be able to seize opportunities before someone else does. So if in life you decide that you're going to look into owning a business, it may come down to making deals right now. And so if you're indecisive, you can completely lose opportunity that way. So keeping your mind open to saying yes right now isn't always a bad thing. Now, it might not always work in your favor, but there are times where it might. And money comes with risk. So success comes with risk. If you can't be willing to take that step and say yes now and go out on a limb, that might not always work in your favor. So we're going on to our next step here. It's going to be New Year's resolutions. Just going to jump right into with these success tips. So if you want to become successful, listen to these here, practice them. Very simple things to practice. So one of the biggest success tips I can really mention is a handshake. Very simple thing, right? You think, oh yeah, I've shaken hundreds of hands maybe in my lifetime, but did you know there is an etiquette to it? So they say that the proper handshake is where eye contact is made, and you give about 60% of your say full power, your full grasp, and that's a very firm handshake. Yes, maybe if you're a bodybuilder, maybe don't give 60% of your handshake because you might crush someone's hand. So very simply put, most people 60% with direct eye contact is a very good handshake. I would say practice it. Don't practice it with yourself. Might not work out so well, but find a friend. There you go. Attire. So your dress, the way you dress is going to speak volumes to you. First impressions go a long ways. So if you come into, say, a business opportunity and some plaid and blue jeans, that might be what you wear outside of work. But in a professional instance like this, it might be more suitable to wear a black suit, white undershirt, nice tie. That might be a good idea. So attire is a very big success tip that I can give you there because first impressions do go a long ways. Your posture is another big one. So watch how maybe how you're sitting. If you're slouched over all the time, try to sit up straight. That kind of it makes you look more confident in your work. So posture is also going to be how you walk. If you drag your feet, try to kind of pick up your steps a little bit. Make it I've heard from someone as well that the click of your heels as you walk. No, not clicking your heels together, but as you step, when your heel makes contact, makes a nice crisp click. That's actually very important in posture for your walking. So it makes you sound as well as you're confident with that. Might not sound, like something you'd ever think about, but if you listen, I mean, it sounds much better than you dragging your heels. And then the last one is going to be attitude. So your attitude can be huge on your success. If you approach someone with a, oh, I don't care about anything kind of attitude, might not go over real well. But if you come in and you genuinely care about what someone has to say, but you also have your own opinions, that's part of your attitude. So uh, be aware of how you approach situations that way. Though that can make and break it. First impressions do go a long way in business standpoint. So, like I said, good handshake, good attire, appropriate attire at least. There are instances where, some sweatpants and a t-shirt might not be a bad idea. Comfortable attire is perfect sometimes. Your good posture and a good positive attitude is always reaffirming. And so keep strong out there. Hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. And like I said, I'm going to try to keep it short, so let's get out of here. All right, have a good night.